What really happened to Mr. Bigg's? The rise and fall of Nigeria's fast food king. If you grew up in Nigeria during the 1990s or early 2000s, chances are you've eaten at Mr. Bigg's. It was more than a restaurant. It was where birthday parties happened, where families gathered after church, where students spent their pocket money on meat pies and soft drinks. At its peak, Mr. Bigg's wasn't just Nigeria's biggest fast food chain. It was one of the country's most recognizable brands. But today, many of its outlets have disappeared. So what really happened? How did Nigeria's fast food king lose its throne? This is the rise and fall of Mr. Bigg's. Chapter 1. The birth of a fast food empire. The story began in 1986. Mr. Bigg's was launched by the food division of UAC. At the time, modern fast food restaurants were almost non-existent in Nigeria. Most people bought meals from roadside vendors or traditional local restaurants. Mr. Bigg's introduced something different: clean dining spaces, quick service, standardized meals, and food designed around Nigerian tastes. The formula worked. As Nigeria's cities expanded, demand for convenient dining exploded. Mr. Bigg's expanded rapidly across the country. Its famous meat pies, fried rice, jollof rice, chicken, and ice cream became household favorites. For many Nigerians, eating at Mr. Bigg's felt modern, exciting, even prestigious. By the late 1990s and early 2000s, Mr. Bigg's had become a national phenomenon. Its bright yellow and red branding appeared everywhere. The company expanded aggressively through company-owned and franchise locations. At its peak, the chain operated hundreds of outlets nationwide. For countless families, visiting Mr. Bigg's became a weekend tradition. The brand dominated television advertising and slowly became woven into Nigerian culture. Long before international fast food brands became serious competitors, Mr. Bigg's had already built an empire. For years, it looked unstoppable, but every empire eventually faces competition, and Mr. Bigg's was no exception. As Nigeria's economy evolved, new competitors entered the market. Brands like Chicken Republic and several local chains began challenging Mr. Bigg's dominance. These newer brands invested heavily in modern restaurant designs, updated menus, stronger customer experiences. At the same time, customer expectations were changing. People wanted more variety, better ambience, faster service, and eventually, online ordering and food delivery. While competitors adapted quickly, many Mr. Bigg's locations struggled to keep up. Some outlets began to feel outdated. Customers increasingly complained about inconsistent food quality and service. The company that once defined the industry was now falling behind the market it helped create. But competition wasn't the only problem. The company also faced rising operating costs, inflation, and changing consumer spending habits. Maintaining a nationwide network of restaurants became increasingly expensive. Some franchise operators struggled to stay profitable. Then came another major shift: food delivery apps, digital marketing, and changing consumer behavior. Customers no longer experienced restaurants the same way. Newer brands embraced these changes. Mr. Bigg's adapted more slowly. Gradually, outlets began shutting down. The closures spread across major cities. Restaurants that once welcomed thousands of customers each week became quiet. The decline was no longer a possibility. It had become reality. Conclusion: what can we learn? The story of Mr. Bigg's is about more than food. It's a lesson in business survival. The company helped build Nigeria's fast food industry and created memories for millions of people. But it also showed something important: success alone isn't enough. Businesses must evolve with changing markets. Today, Mr. Bigg's no longer dominates the industry it once ruled, but its legacy remains. For many Nigerians, the brand still represents childhood memories, family outings, and a time when one restaurant chain stood above all others. The rise and fall of Mr. Bigg's reminds us, in business, no king rules forever.